yeah, the other things I have explained you yesterday. The only one point which I was telling is never click on your own advertisement which is appearing on your website. Why you have to not click on your own advertisement is Google AdSense will ban your Google AdSense account, because if you do something which is not correct, obviously they're going to ban your account. Even if you're doing such wrong practice, do it in a smart way. Don't open your website and directly click on advertisements. Just browse on your website, wait for a few minutes, then you click on any of the advertisement. But still, it is not a correct practice. Do not do that. Otherwise, you will lose your AdSense account. So there are three ways to earn money over here. That is Google AdSense, AdSense alternatives, and content discovery ads. Do not go for AdSense alternatives. And if you go for content discovery ads, still there is a problem. What I told, you need to have at least 1 lakh traffic. Do you think you can bring 1 lakh traffic to your website? No, it is not that easy. It is only good for very big websites such as NDTV and all. So content discovery ads are not for normal websites. Google AdSense, you can try, but unfortunately, Google will reject it many times. And that is the reason, just wait for 3 months. That means have some good amount of blogs in your website, original content and everything. Then only apply for AdSense. Otherwise, it will be getting rejected unnecessarily. After 3 months, slowly you will be earning money. Then it will become a habit. And after some years also, that passive income will be generated in your bank account. So it is good for passive income and all. Then AdSense alternatives, it is not good anyways. Do not go for AdSense alternatives. That's it about Google AdSense. Now in today's class, we are going to learn about Google Analytics. In tomorrow's class, I will show you YouTube Analytics also. For now, we will go for Google Analytics. Analytics in the sense, just analyzing how your particular website is working. How many people are in your website right now? From which country they are coming? On which page they are landing? If any conversion is happening or not? Which particular page is getting more views? Where they are landing? How many minutes people are being in your particular website? Which gender, male are watching your website or female are watching, and what is the age group from, like, you will understand each and everything, their age group, that means their demographics, age and gender, from which country, from which city, how many people are there on your particular website right now. Each and everything you can analyze with the help of Google Analytics. And YouTube Analytics is also very similar. Same, YouTube Analytics is nothing but which particular video is getting more views, how many likes are there, how many comments are there. All these things is about YouTube Analytics. As of now, let's not discuss about YouTube Analytics. Tomorrow I'll show the proper YouTube Analytics of ODMP. As of now, in today's class, I will tell you how to connect your website with Google Analytics, and I'll show you the analytics of OBS, that is Order Beauty Supply, the client. I'll show you the analytics of this particular company also. Now the first thing, this is the Order Beauty Supply. This is not for Indian audience anyway. Okay. Now coming to Google Analytics, how to set up a Google Analytics to your website. If you want to set up a Google Analytics to your website, see, setting up a Google Analytics to any website, it is mandatory. It is mandatory. If you set up Google Analytics, then only you will understand the proper analysis, that then only you can properly visualize from where people are coming, what you should be good at, whether you have to be good at SEO or Google Ads or something like that. If you do not have Google Analytics, then you cannot analyze properly. So it is mandatory that you set up a Google Analytics for your website or for any app, whichever you own. Now coming to how to set up a Google Analytics for your website. There are two ways to set up Google Analytics. Two ways. One is UA and one more is GA4. UA is nothing but Universal Analytics. Universal Analytics. And one more thing is GA4, that is Google Analytics 4. You can go with any of these ways, UA or GA4. UA process is little bit difficult, but whereas GA process is very easy. Any of the things, no, does not matter. You can go with any of these, because at the end you have to set up Google Analytics only, right? With this also you are setting up Google Analytics, and with this also you are doing the same. So no problem, you can go with any of these. because GA4 is little bit easy, I'll tell you how to set up a Google Analytics with the help of GA4. Now, to set up your Google Analytics for your website, obviously you have to search for Google Analytics, then click on a new tab, Google Analytics. Just click over here. Then this is a website, you can see analytics.google.com. Go over here. This is one of the tool like Google Search Console. Yesterday we have seen the tool called Google AdSense. Today this is one more tool, Google Analytics tool. Just click over here. Okay. See, I have set up many analytics. That is the reason I'm seeing analytics over here. But if you are doing for the first time, what you need to do is first log into your Gmail account. This is mandatory. After that, on a new tab, go for Google Analytics. Then what will happen is you will not see something like this because obviously you do not have any data with you of any website. You will see a button called Start Measurement. Like login, sign in, this kind of things you'll be seeing, right? For this, you'll be seeing a button called Start Measurement. You won't see anything like this. Just click on Start Measurement option. After you click on Start Measurement option, you will be seeing something like this. This is the interface which you will be seeing. Click on Start Measurement first on a new tab, Google Analytics. Then click on Start Measurement. Then this tab will appear to you. That's it. Now, account name required. You have to mention your account name over here. Now, I need to explain something over here. The first most important step is first log into your Gmail ID. That is your Gmail account. You need to log in. Okay, I have logged into my Gmail account. Then what he is asking me? He is asking me to mention my account name. So for Google Analytics, when you are setting up a Google Analytics, the thing is you can set up 100 Google Analytics accounts, 100. With one Gmail ID, you can set up 100 Google Analytics accounts. For Google Ads, how many accounts we were able to set up? 20 we were able to set up for Google Ads. When we were running search network, ad, display network, we can set up with one Gmail ID 20 Google Ads accounts. But if you want to set up Google Analytics, how many Google Analytics accounts you can set up? With one Gmail ID, you can set up 100 Google Analytics accounts. Okay, 100 Google Analytics accounts I can set up. Now assume that you have client A and you have client B. Like this, like client A and client B, you can have 100 clients. Okay, 100 Google Analytics accounts in the sense, now assume client A is ODMT and client B is OBS. Like this, you can have 100 people's, you can see 100 people analytics with the help of one Gmail ID. Done. Now, client A is there and client B is there. But assume that client A has some subdomains or client A owns some more websites. Now ODMT is there. We have that heybro.blog websites also, right? We have so many subdomains, Francesca website, Sam website, so many like that, Sahas, Shashank, and like that, so many subdomains are there. That means we have one client, that is heybro.blog is our particular one client. Then that client has some subdomains also. That means that client owns some other websites also. So assume that client A has 100 websites. Again, client B also will have some 100 websites, let's assume. So what you can do is with the help of Google Analytics, you can track 100 Google Analytics accounts. That means you can have 100 Google Analytics accounts. 100 Google Analytics in the sense 100 clients you can have, and each client can have 100 websites. You can have 100 clients and each client can have 100 websites. So 100 into 100, how much? 10,000 websites you can track with Google Analytics with one Gmail ID. Sorry, 100 websites or apps. If you have app, then app. If you have a website, then website. So 100 websites or apps you can track with one Gmail ID. No need to log in with other Gmail IDs. Just remember, first log into your Gmail account, then on a new tab, Google Analytics, then click on Start Measurement. After you click on start measurement, you need to mention your account name over here. Account name in the sense just the client name. It's not the website name. It's just the client name, OBS, Order Beauty or ODMP. You have to mention the client name. After that, you have to understand one point over here is each and every client. That means with one Gmail account, you can have 100 Google Analytics accounts. That means you can maintain data of 100 clients. And these 100 clients individually can have 100 websites each. So 100 into 100, 10,000. So 10,000 websites or apps you can track with one Gmail ID. Now, some people might be having apps and some people might be having websites. So 10,000 websites or apps you can track with one Gmail ID. These websites or apps are known as properties. Properties. So this client can have 100 properties and client B can have 100 properties. Like this, 100 clients can have 100 properties each. So these websites or apps are only known as properties. So what he is asking me over here, give the account name he is asking. Now assume that you are creating this Google Analytics. That means you are setting up this Google Analytics for your website. So you have to give an account name, whatever business you have with you, that business name you can give over here. This is not any website name, normal account name. You can give any random account name over here. So let me give some account name over here. I'm giving it as 11. $11:30 batch. I have given my account name. This is just the name of the account. Then account data sharing settings. The data sharing options give you more control over sharing your Google Analytics data. Nothing to do over here. Just click on this. If you want to click, you can just click over here. Otherwise, leave it. But it's better you click over here. At the first level, you have to do nothing. Just give the account name. After giving the account name, all these are by default, they are checked. You can check this particular thing and click on next option. Can you see over here? You have access to 97 accounts. The maximum is 100. I have already 3 more accounts. That is the reason he's telling 97 accounts I can create and the maximum is 100. So 97 more accounts I can create with my particular Gmail ID. That is Google Analytics accounts. So in the first level, you are doing nothing. You are only giving the account name. It is required. So I'm giving the account name over here. Then I'm just clicking on Google products and services. It is good to click over here. Then after that, click on next. Next option. Then here you have to give the property name. What I told over here, one particular account, that means one particular client can have 100 websites. What is website known as? Website is known as property. What is an app known as? App is known as property. So he is asking you your website name or a property name, in the sense your website name or an app name you have to mention over here. So I have to give my property name over here. Now I'm giving it as tech. That is my property name. You can give anything, your website name, like 80 years or something like that. You can give anything. This is just the name, not the URL. This is just the name. So I can give any random name. It's better you give your website name so that it will be easy for you to understand. So I have given my particular property name over here. Then reporting time zone, you have to change it to India, whichever country you are. Change it to that country over here, India. Then currency, change it to Indian currency. Yeah, I have changed it to Indian rupee. So at the account setup level, what we are doing, you are just giving them some account name over there. Normal client A, client B, like that 100 clients. So I'm giving one account name over there. After that, for this particular client, I'm setting up a property. That means each client can have 100 properties. So this is the first property I'm giving. So property name I have given and time zone I have given. I have changed to India and I have changed the currency also to India. Then click on next option. Then business information. Then industry type, whatever the industry you are into, that means whatever the business you are into, your website or app, what is that into, you have to select that industry category over here. You can choose anything over here, like if you're into shopping or if you're into games, health related website you have with you, or anything, or you can choose other, anything you can choose over here. As of now, I'm just choosing shopping. Then business size. That means how many employees you have. You can choose small, medium, anything as you wish. See, these things are not mandatory to us. This is not for our sake. This is for Google to understand what we are up to. This is not for our sake. So you can give as you wish over here, but it's good to give whatever you are into. Please give that thing only, so that Google Analytics will recommend options according to these things. So understand that these are not for our sake. This is just your making sure that Google Analytics understand what you are into. So I'm giving industry category as shopping, then business size I have given as small, or you can give medium, large as you wish. Then how do you intend to use Google Analytics with your business? For what purpose you are trying to use Google Analytics? You can choose any of those over here. As of now, I'm choosing measure customer engagement with my site or app, optimize my site or app experience. You can choose any of these options. So in the account level, just give the name. After that, in property level, give the property name. That means your website name, not the URL, just the name. Then currency and time zone. After that, in about your business level, you are giving industry and business size and for what purpose you are using Google Analytics. Then just click on create option. Then here some terms and conditions you need to accept. By default, it is showing United Kingdom. Please change it to India over here. So let me change to India. Yeah. Okay. Indian time. Sorry, I've changed the country or region to India. Then you have to accept the terms and conditions. If you have patience, please read it. You can scroll this much and you can read. As of now, I'm just directly accepting it. Then one more terms and condition will be there. Just scroll over here and you can see one more terms and conditions. So to both the terms and conditions you need to accept. First, change the current country from UK to India. Then accept this terms and condition. Then again this terms and conditions. Then click on I accept. Okay. Now this is what we wanted. To come over here, we are doing all those things over there. Now, what did I tell you? You can have 100 clients. That means 100 Google Analytics accounts with one Gmail ID. And these 100 clients each can have 100 websites. That means 100 properties they can have. Then you can see the name over here. What account name I have given? 1130 batch as my account name. And in this account, I have created a property called tech. If you want to create one more property, you can create like this. How many properties you can create for this particular client called 1130 batch? You can create 100 properties. You want to create one more property, click on create new property and create a new property. So 100 properties you can create for a particular client. Okay. Now what I need to do over here is I have to choose a platform. For what I want to set up my Google Analytics. For website I want to set up, or for an app I want to set up, whether it is an Android app or an iOS app, for which particular thing I need to set up a Google Analytics, I have to choose over here. If you have an app, go for these options. If you are owner of a website, then go for this particular option. That's it. Now, when I click on website option there, he is asking me to enter the website URL. For which website you want to set up this particular Google Analytics, which website's data you want to track, that particular website URL you need to mention over here. So now I will mention one website URL over here. Just give me a minute because those websites hosting has finished. That means expired. I'm taking one more website. Yeah. So this particular website URL I'm taking, copy the website URL, come back over here and paste it over here. That's it. Then stream name. I have choose the website option over there instead of apps because I do not own any app. I'm just choosing the website option. If you own a app, then choose the app option. Then after choosing website option over there, here I need to mention website URL for which website you want to track the data with the help of Google Analytics. I have copied the website URL and I have pasted it over here. Then after that, on the right side, I need to give a stream name. You can give anything over here. This is just for your purpose. Nobody is going to see the stream name. See my website, you can just give anything. So give some stream name over here. You can give your name or anything over here. As of now, I'm giving it as ODMP. This is just for your purpose. Nobody is going to see that. So here on the right side, I'm giving my website URL, and on the left side, on the left side, I'm giving website URL, and on the right side, I'm giving the stream name. That means any random name, just give it. After that, you can see over here what exactly you are measuring. You're measuring page views, outbound clicks, site search, engagement, all these things you'll be seeing over here. Then click on create stream. After you click on create stream, wait for a few minutes. Few minutes in the sense, a few seconds. Yes. Now you can see over here your stream URL. That means for which website you're tracking the details, that website URL. The stream name, you have given some name over here. Then measurement ID also you can see over here. After that, what you need to do is, here you can see a thing called global site tag. You have to copy the code of global site tag and you have to paste it in your website. Then what will happen is your particular website will be linked to Google Analytics. That means, it means you have set up Google Analytics for this particular website. So what I need to do is just scroll down and click on global site tag. Click over here. You can see the code over here. Copy this code and paste it in your website. Where you need to paste it in your website? In the head section of your HTML. Again, same process, such as for yesterday, what we have done, Google AdSense. And for Google Search Console, what we have done, copy the code and paste it in your website. Where you need to paste? Again, appearance, under appearance, theme editor, under, when you click on theme editor, on the right side, header. After you click on header, then see where head is starting and where head is ending. Just above the head section where it is ending, you need to paste this code. Then what will happen? Your particular Google Analytics will be set up for your particular website. So what I will doing is, I will copy this code and I will paste it in this website. So first log into this website. Obviously, to paste any code, I need to log into the website. How to log into the website? Your particular website URL /wp-admin. Then login with the username and password. After that, dashboard appears. Then appearance, theme editor. See, yesterday for Google AdSense, I didn't have any website access with me. So I didn't copy the code for Google AdSense yesterday, right? We have seen the code, but we could not copy the code actually. So copy the code and appearance, theme editor. Same whatever process we are doing today, you should apply the same for Google AdSense also. Okay. Then appearance, theme editor. Then here on the right side, click on header. Then just observe where head is ending and where head is starting and where head is ending. See theme header, just wherever the header you are seeing, you can just click on that. Sometimes this header and footer options will not appear over here. At that time, you can go to plugins and install a plugin called header and footer. Then a plugin called header and footer will be installed. Activate that plugin and paste the code, whichever the code you want to paste. Copy the code and paste it in the header section. You can do that thing. So just click on theme. See, sometimes why they will not appear is header and footer. It's up for different themes. Different options will be there. For some themes, these options will not appear. So if for any theme, if these options are not appearing, then you can just install a plugin called header and footer. Now I'm okay. I have just clicked on this particular theme called header. Then see where head is starting and where head is ending. So what I need to do now is come back to your Google Analytics, copy this code. Yeah, copy this code, come back over here, click on enter, then paste this code. Then you can see the global site tag code over here. See the global site tag, Google Analytics global site tag. So now I have copied the code from there and I have pasted the code over here. Then come back, scroll down and click on update file. That's it. File edited successfully. Then don't do anything over here because I have copied the code and I have pasted it in my website. Then click on into mark. That's it. After that, then go to reports. Here, click on real time. Here you can see if anybody, now let's assume anybody has opened this particular website, then you can see the data over here. If somebody has opened, then 1%, 2%, all these things you can see over here. This is GA4 interface. I will show you Universal Analytics interface also. OBS is done with Universal Analytics interface. See, both are same, both are Google Analytics only, but the thing is only interface is different. So if anybody open this particular website, then you can see the data over here, 1% open, 2% open, like that you can see over here. So let me open this particular website. It does not have anything, but it will take some time actually. Like it will take 1 or 2 minutes so that you can see the data over here, like 1%, 2%. So let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes, then you can see the data over there. And you can see whether the person has opened in desktop or whether they have opened in tablet or in mobile phone. All these things you can see over there. So what is this website name? Can you see this? Users in last 30 minutes, 1. Because I have only opened it over here, right? So that is the reason you can see the users over here. Like this, you can after, and from where I have opened, from desktop I have opened. And which page I have visited? I have visited About Us page. And services page also. First I have visited About Us page, so it is showing About Us page over here. Number of all users you can see. Now, all these things you can see over here with the help of Google Analytics. I'll tell you what is this acquisition, all these things. This is GA4 interface. This is GA4 interface. And this is how you need to set up a Google Analytics for your particular website. It is easy only, it's not that difficult, but for if you are doing Universal Analytics, then the process is little bit big, but for us, for GA, the process is really small only. You can do it. First, the thing is, first give account name, and after account name, give the property name, then country, currency, time zone. After that, what you have done, you have selected that means you are giving the business, about your business, you are telling to Google that you have these many employees and your industry is shopping or food or something like that. After that, click on terms and condition, accept the terms and conditions. Then you have to choose whether you have a website or you have an app, Android app or an iOS app. Then choose website if you have a website. Then after that, you have to mention your website URL, then give a stream name. After you mention your website URL, you need to click on create button, create stream button. Then global site tag will appear. Just scroll down and search for global site tag. Copy the global site tag code and paste it in your website. Where you need to paste the code, open your particular website, appearance, theme editor, click on header on the right side and see where head is starting and where head is ending. Head is starting over here and head was ending over here. So I have pasted just above the head section where it is ending, just above that I have pasted, and click on update file. Then click on into button and click on reports over here. You can see the reports and real-time reports. That means right now I want to see what is happening in my particular website. Then you can see the real-time report also. So 1% is using, 2% is using, you can see all those things. See top countries, from which country they have selected, that also they have opened your website, that you can see over here from India. Then users per minute, 1 user. Because see, this is just a new website, right? That means freshly we have set up the Google Analytics. So for this particular website, you cannot see much data. I'll show you the data of OBS. So OBS. See, OBS is the account name and property is, sorry, OBS is the account name and you can see the property called all website data. So I'm just opening, this is the account name and this is the property name. Now, this is done with the help of UA, that is Universal Analytics. Then you can see this is Users you can see, revenue you can see, that is 3.6K users, and the users have been reduced, and revenue, conversion rate, and sessions. And active users right now, one person is there, active user. If I open, then the active users will increase over there. I'll open hair care. Okay. Then come back over here to analytics. Then you can see that 2. And if I open particular page, then that analytics also you can see. What I have opened, hair care I have opened, right? You can see this is some other person. They are seeing some Caro White product, and I have opened hair care. So it is that easy to track how many people are there in your website, which page they are landing into, and all. Now, session. You know what is user revenue, how much they are earning, what is the conversion rate, and everything. This is just a percentage, how much they are spending, how much they are earning. Coming to sessions. What is a session? Session is nothing but, now assume that you have opened this any particular website. You have opened a particular website called Order Beauty Supply, and you have browsed this website for 5 minutes. Let's assume you have browsed this website for 5 minutes. But after 5 minutes, you have visited some other website. It is not mandatory that you will be visiting some other website, but assume that you have done some other work. That means you have watched YouTube or something like that. So only for 5 minutes you are in this website. After 5 minutes, you have visited, you are doing some other work. Then after 5 minutes, you are doing some other work. Then you came to this particular website again. You came back to website. After doing your work, you came to this particular website again. If you come back to this particular website in 30 minutes, then it will be considered as one session. So always remember, one session is equals to 30 minutes. Now, how this session will be calculated? You are seeing this 4K sessions over here, right? How exactly these sessions are calculated? First, remember one session is equals to 30 minutes. Now, how exactly are these sessions calculated is, you opened a particular website and you stayed in that website for 5 minutes. After staying in that website for 5 minutes, you have gone to some other website or you did your own work. And in 30 minutes, before 30 minutes completes only, you have again come back to this website. That means assume you have come back to this website at 29th minute also. Then it will be considered as one session only. What I told, one session is equals to 30 minutes. You were there in this particular website just for 5 minutes. And other 25 minutes, you were doing some other work. But at the 29th minute, that means before 30 minutes exhaust, you came back to this website. Still, it will be considered as one session only. Still, it will be considered as one session. Now, that is the first point. The second point is, you are in this particular website for 30 minutes. That means you didn't visit any other website or you didn't do any other work. You are in this particular website only for 30 minutes. Then that will also be considered as one session. Then the third point is, you are in this website for 5 minutes. You did some other work. After 5 minutes, you visited some other website or you did your own work. And you came back to this particular website on 31st minute. Let's assume you didn't come back in 30 minutes. You came back after 30 minutes. Then it will be considered as second session. So 30 minutes is equals to one session. And if you come back at 31st minute also, the moment the 31st minute starts, it will be considered as second session. So this is known as session. Just remember, 1 second is equals to 1 session is equals to 30 minutes. Then active users, you can see which pages they are into. You can see this over here. Then you can see traffic source. That means what are the source, like how they are landing to this particular website. See, they are landing from others or they are landing from referral, social, direct, organic. What is referral? Referral is nothing but some people. Now, one person has come with the help of referral. That means they have landed on some particular website. From that website, they came to OBS. Then that is known as referral. Social in the sense social media. Then direct and organic search. Direct in the sense somebody who is aware of OBS. That means these particular 593 people, maybe they are aware of OBS. So what they have done, instead of searching for skincare products or something on Google, they have directly searched Order Beauty Supply and they have opened OBS. So that is only known as direct. And one more thing is organic search. Organic search in the sense they might be searching in Google as skincare products or something, and OBS might be ranking on SERP, that is search engine result page. So some people have landed with the help of search engine result page. This is just last 7 days data, not all-time data anyways. Then you can see from 5th December to 11th December how many users visited this particular website, OBS website. Week 0, week 1, week 2, week 3, like this you can see. Then from 12th December to 18th December, how many people have visited. From 2nd Jan to 8th Jan, how many people have visited. 9th Jan to 15th Jan. Then sessions by countries. That means which country people are spending more amount of time, or if you want to know, then you can see sessions by country. United States, that is 28%. This is just 11th Jan to 17th Jan data, not complete data. Then Nigeria, the second, Ghana, South Africa, India. Then users by time of day, that means at this particular time, how many users are visiting from last 30 days. You can see the estimation over here. Wednesday 12 a.m. these many people are visiting. Thursday 1 a.m. these many people are visiting. Then mobile phone users, you can see over here. Desktop users and tablet users. See, they are comparing over here from 11th Jan to 17th Jan versus 4th Jan to 10th Jan. So mobile users have been decreased. We can see by 4% they have been decreased. So 77% we are getting traffic from mobile, 21 we are getting from desktop, and 1% we are getting from tablet. Then what pages do your users visit? Most of the users are visiting cart page and products page, checkout page. You can see what pages they are visiting over here. Then what are your top selling products? In tomorrow, when I'm saying YouTube analytics, I'll show you which is the top most viewed video. That means which video was viewed by many people and everything. So this is not a YouTube video. This is just a normal website. So you can see what are your top selling products. OBS is an e-commerce website. They sell the product. So which product has been sold more? You can see that over here. Keratin, some brightness cream or something that was sold more. And the revenue with this particular product, we got 907 revenue from last 7 days. That is dollars, not rupees. So obviously it is very good revenue over here. And unique purchases also, you can see how many people have purchased this particular product also. You can see $907 in the sense it is huge amount. It is really huge amount. Then Keratin soap, you can see with this particular product how much revenue you got. Then all these products you can see over here. Then coming to real time overview. Right now, how many people are visiting your website? How many people are there in your website? Then you can see one person is in this Caro White Cream product and one person is in some dark spot corrector. So 2%, 1 and 1. So active users is divided among 2 people, that is 50-50%. Now if I refresh it, that means if I open any other page, then here 3 people will be appearing. So let's go into fragrance. Then if you refresh it, you can see 3 people over here and it will be distributed over here. 1, 2, 3 people will be there. Again, 33% you can see over here. That means that percentage will be divided among 3 people. Now, right now, because there are only 2 people, you can see 50-50 percentage. And 1 person is from desktop and 1 person is from mobile phone. Then locations, from which country these people are. We have seen 2 people, right? But see, I have told you, right? 33% will be there if there are 3 people. If 2 people, 50-50, that percentage will be divided among both. If 3 people, then 33. So right now 3 users are there and it is divided among 3 people. And you can see, obviously I am searching from India. So you can see India active users 1. Then again, somebody is searching from Tanzania, that is 1. And other person is searching from South Africa. So like this, you can see from which exact location they are searching also. Then traffic sources, that only, whether they have come direct or whether they have come from Google. Obviously, I have searched directly, right? Directly, I have searched order beauty supply. I did not search on Google skincare product or hair care product or something like that. I have come directly. So you can see, like me, some other person, maybe he's also aware of OBS. They have also come directly. So 2 people have come directly, and 1 person they have searched in Google, that is organic search. So you can see the percentage divided over here. From 2 people 66, and it is 3. Then what is this content? Yeah, you can see on which page they are also. So 1 person is in some, which page I was? This is some fragrance, body mist. So you can see over here, these all 3 people are the which page they have visited and all. See, this one, this one, this one. And it is divided among 3 people. Then coming to audience. What exactly is audience? Audience, acquisition, behavior, conversion. These 4 you need to remember. A, B, C. Or A in the sense audience and acquisition, B in the sense behavior, and C in the sense conversion. So what is audience? Audience is nothing but who they are. Who are they? That is only known as audience. Here in reports, we have just seen the real-time reports where they are all these things. Now in audience, you'll be seeing audience overview. Who they are is only known as audience. So who they are? You can see users, new users, then sessions. Sessions I have already explained you. Then number of sessions per user. Then you can see the average number of sessions per user. And you can see returning visitor and new visitor. New visitor, see, this is just from 11th Jan to 17th Jan data. If you want to see some other data, then you can change the date over here and click on apply over there. So as of now, we are seeing just 1 big data over here. Now, new visitor is 3293 people have visited newly. That means for the first time they have visited OBS. That is 87.2. That is really good. Then coming to returning visitor, that means a person who has already visited OBS, that is 12.8. That is also really good. 485 users are visiting again and again, which is really good. Then coming to page views, pages per session, average session duration. That means average one person is being in a average one person is spending 1 minute 36 seconds. You can see it over here. Then coming to bounce rate. What exactly is bounce rate is? Now assume that you have visited any website such as OBS and you didn't do anything over here. You didn't do anything. You just opened OBS and you just clicked on into button, or you didn't do anything. That means you have not done anything over here. There is nothing which you have done over here. You didn't add to cart or you didn't visit any other page. You just opened OBS and you have closed that particular website. That is only known as bounce rate. Bounce rate is 62.6. That means a person who has done nothing after opening a website, that rate you are seeing over here, 62.6. You might be thinking this is really huge, 62.6, but that is not really huge because it's industry standards only. It is from business to business, right? So 62.6, it's not that bad. Make sure your bounce rate is less than 70%. That means you have to attract your audience in such a way. So 62.76 is not that bad. Then coming to languages, you can see users from different languages, current country, topmost country, you can see USA, Nigeria, all these things you can see over here. 26% users are coming from United States. Actually, OBS, they target African countries most, like their products and all, they are designed for African people. So you can see all the African countries over here. Other than India, Canada, and United Kingdom and United States, all are African countries over here. So they're driving good traffic from African countries. Then city wise, you can see from which city they are getting more traffic. From Lagos, they are getting more traffic. Los Angeles, all these cities you can see over here. At what percentage they are getting. Then browser, are they opening from Chrome or they are opening Safari, Opera, Samsung Internet? See, all these things you can see over here. From Chrome, we are getting 50% users. Again, this is just 1 week data, not all-time data. And from Safari, that means Apple users are 850 Apple users. That means 23.64% we are getting from Apple. So it's up to you whether you want to see all these things, you can see again. Then mobile operating system, you want to see Android users, iOS users, all these things you can see over here. So audience is nothing but who they are. Then coming to demographics, you can see age and gender. What is demographics? Demographics is nothing but age and then gender. Then you can see 18 to 24, we have 29.65 users. And from 25 to 34, we have 32.05% users. So you can see the age and you can see the gender over here also. In this particular week, from 11th Jan to 17th Jan, 418 male have opened this OPS website, that is 32.4%, and 67.6% females have opened OPS. That is 872 users that who are females, they have opened this particular website. So age and gender also you can see over here. Again, you want to see the particular thing, age. See, 25 to 34, these many users were there. Again, from 18 to 24, these many users were there. Again, from 35 to 44, you can see the users. Again, in this also, new users, 330 were new users only. Again, sessions, bounce rate, pages per session, all these things you can see over here. Then again, gender, you can see. Female were 872 and male were 418, male were there. Then yeah, we have seen age and gender. Demographics in the sense age and gender, users, new users, sessions, bounce rate you can see. That means a person who has done nothing after opening the website. That rate you can see over here. Then pages per session, average session duration you can see. Then revenue, how much you have earned, and all these things you can see over here. Then interest in the sense what they are interested into. All these things also you can see over here. That means these many people were interested into food and dining. These many people were interested into beauty and wellness. All these things you can see over here. Interest in the sense, affinity in the sense what? Affinity is in the sense interest only. So this is about audience. Audience is who they are. Then comes acquisition. Just click on acquisition. What is this acquisition? Acquisition is nothing but from where they came is known as acquisition. I told you to remember A, B, C. Under A, remember audience and acquisition. Under B, behavior, and under C, conversion. So audience, we have already seen who they are. Then what is acquisition? Acquisition is nothing but from where they came. That means whether they came directly or whether they have come by organic search, whether they have come by referral or by any other medium they came, or by through social media they came. You can see all those things over here. So from organic search, 2562 people we got. From directly, that means a person who is aware of OPS, 950 people have visited the particular website. Then you can see the bounce rate, pages per session, all these things you can see, conversion rate and everything. So always remember audience, ABC, just keep it in mind as ABC. Audience is nothing but who they are. Then acquisition is nothing but from where they came, whether they came directly or through organic research or organic search or through social media or from any other website they landed to OPS like this. If you want to know, then that is from where they came is known as acquisition. Then the third point is behavior. That is A is done, then B. What exactly is behavior? Behavior is nothing but what that particular behavior is, which page he is going, in which page he is visiting, all these things. If you want to know the behavior of that person, then you have to click on behavior. That means what is his behavior, which page he is visiting. If you want to know a person, which page they are visiting, from which page they are going to which page, if you want to know that, then you have to see it in the behavior. So click on behavior. See, all acquisition is just overview. That means from where they came, whether they, suppose you are running Google Ads. As of now, we are not running any Google Ads for OPS. But if they are running any Google Ads and assume that you have got some traffic with the help of Google Ads, then you can see that traffic over here. As of now, there is no data because we did not run any Google Ads. And you can see other thing also from search console, from which countries they are coming. That means through Organic search from SEO. With the help of SEO, how many people are visiting? If you want to know that, then you can just click on Search Console and you can see from which countries we are getting more impressions. See, we got total these many impressions, and from these many impressions, people were from Nigeria, United States, all these countries you can see over here. Then how many clicks we got? Okay, we got this many impressions. Then how many clicks we got? For these many impressions, we got this many clicks, the CTR, then average position you can see. That sessions you can see, bounce rate, pages per session, transactions you can see, then how much you have earned you can see, that is $2,869 you have earned. So this is social media result anyways. So acquisition is nothing but, first audience is who they are, acquisition is from where they came. Then coming to behavior, what exactly is that one person doing after visiting your website, after landing into your website, where that person is going, from which page to which page they are going. If you want to know that, then click on behavior. Click on behavior. Then see, 664 users have visited cart page and 424 users have visited this particular page. Pages views you can see over here. This particular page has some 5.56% over here. Then page views you can see over here. How many page views? Unique page views you can see. Then average time on a particular page, they are spending some 48 seconds. Bounce rate you can see. All these things you can see over here without doing anything. How many people, how much percentage people are existing that particular page also you can see over here. Exiting. Then coming to behavior flow. What is that? Behavior flow is nothing but just a graph you can see. This is just a graph from landing page, which pages they are going, again from which pages where, again where they are visiting. Like this, if you want to see the graph, you can just see the graph over here. See, this is one page. Again from this this particular oil page where they are landing into. See, 71 users from this page, they have landed into some product from character page. Again from this where they are landing. If you want to see the behavior flow, what is behavior? What that person is doing after landing into your website. That is only known as behavior flow. Then coming to conversions. Conversions in the sense, how many conversion has happened? Like how many people have purchased your particular product. If you want, because this is an e-commerce website, then you can see goal completion. That means 31 people you can see, how much conversion rate you can see. And if you want to see, as of now, we do not have anything over here. But if you want to see the conversions, then you have to just click on conversions. So behavior is nothing but which page a user is visiting. Then after that, conversion. Conversion is nothing but how many people are getting converted. How many people are getting converted. That means how many people have purchased your particular product. If you want to see that, then you can just click over here. So this is about Google Analytics interface. This is how it is going to appear. Today we have set up a Google Analytics to a particular website. After that, we have even seen, right, from India, one particular user has visited. And right now, how many users are there? And I have explained the dashboard of analytics also. Audience, acquisition, behavior, conversion. These four are important. And real time in the sense, how many people are there? Overview we have seen, from which locations they are coming and what is the traffic source, from which, whether they are coming from organic search or from any other social media platform. All these things you can see over here in real time. You got real time and overview, then you can see the number of users right now and everything. So this is about Google Analytics. And Google Analytics, setting up a Google Analytics for your particular website is mandatory. It is not optional thing. Each and every website should have a Google Analytics set up to it. So just copy the code and you know where to paste the code. Like every code which we have pasted, same like that. Appearance, theme editor, header, where head is opening, where head is ending, copy the code and paste the code. That's it. That is how you need to set up your Google Analytics. So in tomorrow's class, how, like, I'll explain the YouTube Analytics, YouTube dashboard, and how, like, from which part, how much you are earning with the help of YouTube, and which particular video has more views, which has more likes. Obviously, when you have a number of videos in your YouTube channel, you cannot know which is getting more views and all, right? So all this YouTube, and today we have seen Google Analytics. That means for your website, you have seen a Google Analytics. Tomorrow you'll see a YouTube analytics of ODMP channel. So that also is really good. And we will start affiliate marketing tomorrow. Let's see if we can finish affiliate marketing tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll wind up by day after tomorrow. That's it. That's it for today. We will meet tomorrow and we will continue with YouTube marketing and affiliate marketing.